YouTube was good? It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. I am Jody Joe. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I just got finished from watching Bad Boys for Life, the third installment into the Bad Boys franchise, a film that took 17 years to come to fruition. We had a 2003 Bad Boys 2, 1995 Bad Boys 1. Here we are in 2020, Bad Boys for Life. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence are back to reprise their role as well as many other characters. I'm going to give this as spoiler-free as possible. Don't worry about spoilers. I will not spoil anything. I love this movie. There was a lot of doubt coming into this film on my end not because of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence coming back, because there was a little bit of doubt of if they could recapture that fire. Do they have the passion to do this? Because there was production nightmares around this film for 2-3 years easily. And you could go back 5 years. Michael Bay was on, Michael Bay was off. They lost the director, they lost the replacement director, they lost the writer, they lost the script, they lost funding. And it was just, it seemed at a point where I believe 2-3 years ago, I just got tired of hearing them talk about it. And I just gave up hope on there ever being a Bad Boys 3. And then you see the trailer for Bad Boys for Life. The trailers look lit. I love the trailers. I enjoyed them. But there was still that doubt of, is it a little bit too little, too late? This new director, Michael Bay, is not directing it anymore. So it's like, there was a lot of doubt. But that doubt is completely gone because I am shocked that this film came out to be this freaking good. With all the things that could have stopped this film from being epic, the two anchors were Will Smith and Martin Lawrence's chemistry that lasted 30 years. 1995. That chemistry all the way from 95 to 2020, you're talking about decades of chemistry that they had. And even though they were delivering their lines on screen, everything was so believable. The camaraderie feeling was real. You really felt like they were friends because they weren't acting at the end of the day. They were these two seasoned actors in their careers coming back to do a film that started off their careers in the beginning stages of their careers. And they felt the love. I could tell they felt the love, the camaraderie, the passion, the brotherhood, and it oozed through on screen. I'm in the theater just I'm witnessing simple dialogue between these two characters. They reach a discussion, they reach a disagreement, they have happy moments, and you feel them. The best thing about this movie is that it feels so real. Their chemistry feels real. Their brotherhood is tight. The bond is there. I respect it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. This film has so much heart. This is a really good story. This is greatly acted upon. Supporting characters come out of the blue, and they manage to really do their heavy lifting. They do not drag this film. The only one thing that I say there's only two gripes that I have with this movie. The execution of the directing. I believe that the director dropped the ball a little bit for the ending, the ending scene of this film. And supporting character who's in this movie as well. I'll just say she plays the mother. She was annoying throughout the whole film. First 15 minutes, I'm like, ooh, what is she about? 30 minutes in, 45 minutes in, I'm already ready for her to go. She's in the way. And that's really it. The story was great. The new characters, they great with the new bet. What you gonna do? They look cheesy and stupid. And initially you're introduced to them and you're kind of like standoffish a little bit because you're here to watch Martin and Will. You don't care about these new characters, but here they did with this film and is incorporate them into the story to where you do care about them at the end of the film. By the time when stuff goes down, you're glad they're there. This film gives so much callback to its previous iterations, Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2, especially Bad Boys 2. It really pays off if you see all the other Bad Boys films. This film is like a universe, bro. This is not a simple trilogy like it's like a MCU universe. They all tie together to tell one overall story. Like you get so much character from Mike Lowry. You get so much background from Marcus. You get so much depth and so much development and you feel like, I've been watching you guys for so long. How is it I'm still learning more about you guys? The director took his opportunity. This is where the script shines. And the director, I believe the director tried to mirror Michael Bay. Even though Michael Bay is not in this film, this feels like a Michael Bay movie. And that's not a bad thing here. I believe the director tried to mirror Michael Bay's style, and it paid off and it worked. Michael Bay's imprint is all throughout this movie, even though he doesn't even direct it. So you could tell he kind of had his influence a little bit. It was like a respect, a homage to Michael Bay, I believe. These directors, these two guys, like, I want to just say something. I think the new wave is dual directors. I really think that. It seems like all these dual director films where I see there's two people directing, the movies are just good. Because when you have two directors on one project, yin and yang, shout out to my show every Wednesday, one counteracts the other. When one director comes up with a stupid idea, the same director be like, I think that's whack, bro. It's whack? Yeah, it's whack. All right, let's take it out. What about this? Oh, yeah, that's tight. I don't know about that. They could, and at the end, we win because you have two minds that are making the creation instead of one douchebag who says my way or the highway, and there's no one to tell him no. Two dual directors, I believe, is the new wave in Hollywood, especially when it comes to action movies and franchises. Dual directors, I believe, will be the new wave in Hollywood. Jody Thomas. I really need that more, too. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. So I believe the direction was fantastic. The script was great. Characters are great. It's entertaining. It's tons of action. But what surprised me and blew me away was how emotional I got. I cried in this movie. There was a scene, within 20 minutes I'm crying. My eyes are watering. And it's because these characters, I took advantage of how important these characters were. You kind of think, Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2. But then it ties to those films, brings them to this film, and you're just instantly like, you know what? Man, look at this scene. It's powerful. This is the most emotional movie of the trilogy. This film easily has the most heart of the entire trilogy. And because this film is good, we are now dealing with one of the greatest trilogies of all time. Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3 is one of the greatest trilogies of all time. It gets in there with the great ones, and the discussion could be had. It enters its name into the fray. I am so happy to hear to say that. Will Smith, good job, bro. This is the Will Smith of old. Will, you were Will Smith in this movie, bro. It was so refreshing seeing you like this. This is the Will Smith I fell in love with. This is the Will Smith that is the number one guy in Hollywood. This is the Will Smith that is refreshing, that can't be stopped. This is the Will Smith that got you to this point. Brother, you knocked it out of the park with this one, bro. I can actually get behind you. This is a home run, Will. Martin, home run. This is a really good movie. You guys should definitely go check this film out. Experience it for yourself. It looks like it's a joke, but it delivers on those notes you don't expect it to hit on. I definitely recommend you guys go see it. And I give Bad Boys for Life an ace, baby. The ace of spades. The ace of spades. I had to do it. I had to. You have no idea how happy that makes me feel to be able to give this movie an A. One of the greatest trilogies of all time. Fight me. This is a solid trilogy, man. Shout out to these actors. Shout out to this movement. This is a huge win for Sony. I only wish you came out last year, because if this came out 3 weeks ago, like it should have, this is one of the best films of 2020. And that's how I feel about it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Put down in the comment section what you guys think. Become a member. Join, because the closer I get to the threshold, I'm going to hire the code to work for Jody's Corner. We're going to go into business together. It's going to be dope. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out this thing, man. Deuces.